Greetings, greetings, greetings to all my loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. I hope everybody's doing well today. If you hear my ear being loud in the background, excuse that. It's going to go off in a little bit. So anywho, on behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information will be given to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction of this knowledgeable information without the proper acknowledgement or accreditation from where it was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. Not my cat up on the window, y'all, but anyway. I hope everybody's doing well today, as I said before. So I'm pretty sure that you saw the title. Today I want to talk to you guys about poverty mindset and relationships. Now, when I talk about relationships, because I mention relationships a lot in a lot of my healing wisdom, I don't just mean, intimate relationships as far as like a husband or a wife or significant other, because there's all different types of relationships that we have. You have your peers, you have your work friends, your associates, you have different type of interpersonal relationships that you might have to interact with people for extended periods of time, where you're going to form a bond. A relationship is formed, whether you want one to be or not, whether it's intimate or not. Okay? However, I have come to realize that there is that poverty mindset that it doesn't just overflow from, where you're from or how you were raised, but also too, it can overflow into your relationships and how people treat you, what kind of people you attract, what kind of mindset that you keep on attracting. And sometimes we'll keep attracting the same type of people because we're not realizing that either we have a poverty mindset when it comes to relationships, whether we want to admit it or not, or the people that we keep on attracting have a poverty mindset when it comes to relationships. And sometimes we just need to take a step back. Sometimes you have to do some self-evaluation for yourself. Sometimes you have to evaluate the kind of people that you have around you, especially if you always seem to end up in the same toxic cycles over and over again, whether it's the same type of toxic friendships, the same type of men, abusive men, verbally abusive, narcissistic, whatever it is, selfish, whether or not you always attract people who say that they want to be your friends, but they really end up mooching off of you. You have to realize what is the problem. And at the end of the day, although people really don't like to admit it, whenever there's an issue with something, 9 times out of 10, the issue is going to be with both of you, because sometimes we're aware of certain things, but we allow it to happen because we feel as though we have feelings for people, or because their relationship, for their familial relationship, like, oh, that's my auntie, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm just gonna, play nice and X, Y, and Z. And what we don't understand is the setup of our life and the role that people play in our lives is very, very monumental to our growth, our physical growth, our mental growth, our emotional growth, and our soul growth, because they are there to trigger certain feelings and certain emotions that say if other people did it, it would not have the same effect. Therefore, you might not learn from that experience because of the closeness of the familiar relationship with that person. So that's what we have to understand. And that's why sometimes you have to recognize when you are attracting people who may carry the same toxic characteristics or traits as people who are closer to you. It's up to you to take note. It's up to you to realize, hey, okay, bitch, every time you see a fuck nigga, here you go. Hot in the crotch. Sometimes you got to keep 100 with yourself, right? Because what happens when you end up in those type of relationships? If it always has the same toxic effect, okay, and when I say toxic, I mean harmful to your mental psyche and well-being. That is toxic. Mind games, unnecessary mind games, that's toxic. And you know what? Also too, when people have a tendency to play a lot of mind games in relationships, it truly is because they have a poverty mindset. Because they feel as though they're lacking something within themselves. So they feel as though if they can tamper with your mind and your emotions, that it's going to make you question your own self-worth. It's going to make you doubt yourself. And therefore, you're not going to go and seek to find somebody who is better, somebody who will treat you better, somebody who will not play games with you, somebody who's not going to bring toxic drama just because they're bored. And these type of relationships, they don't just have to be with a boyfriend or girlfriend or a husband or a wife. You can have a toxic coworker, a boss, anybody who knows that they can play certain mind games or pull certain emotional strings within you to control your energy. Don't let anybody be your Geppetto, all right? You're not puppets out here. You should not be conducting yourself as a puppet. Whenever you give somebody so much control over your energy and your emotions that they can sway how your day goes, it's a problem. Whenever somebody is in a poverty mindset and they come around you, they're going to see your abundance. They're going to see how happy you are, and they're going to try to take from that. They're going to try to deplete that in any way, shape, or form that they can because they're lacking it. That is a poverty mindset. Since they don't have that, they don't want you to have it. Since they're not happy, they don't want you to be happy. That's where that misery loves company comes into play. There are so many people who do these things and they don't even have a valid or justifiable reason for why they're that way. They're just bitter at life. They're mad at themselves because they're not putting forth the work to be happy like you are. They're not putting forth the work to have whatever it is that they're trying to rob you of, right? Instead of working for their own happiness, they would rather take from yours. They would rather drain yours. They would rather taint yours, put doubt, put negative energy on yours, because it's easier to look outside of yourself than it is to look within and see what it is that triggers you to have a poverty mindset in a relationship and to work on that. A lot of people really do lack spiritual abundance. They don't understand that true abundance comes from within. It comes from balance of the psyche, of the mind, of the emotions, of knowing who you are and being abundant in your own self and your own energy. And that's how you attract more. So when they see other people like that, okay, at first they may be attracted to it, but sometimes when they see that you truly are a person who really doesn't give a fuck about outside things making you happy, you can find happiness within yourself. A lot of times people try to take that because they can't do it, because they have a poverty mindset. They would rather focus on the old things that hurt them, use it as a crutch, and blame everybody else around them and take it out on people who did not even give them that scar, should I say. That's how your heart gets hard. And once your heart becomes hard, not only are you not willing to receive healthy love, but you have a problem with putting it out there. And then you come in an energetic lack. And all that does is magnify your poverty mindset. That's all it's going to do. You're going to feel less and less loved, more and more bitter. You're going to have lash out in different ways. Like I said, some people, they swallow, they drink their emotions, their negativity. But no, when somebody has a poverty mindset, as I said before, misery loves company. So they're going to try to lash out on others, rain on other people's parade. Those are the Karens of the world, okay? The Karens of the world, they have poverty mindsets. They were bitter before they walked in the door, okay? They pussy stink, so they mad. Their husband probably cheating with his secretary, etc., etc. And damn it, the world got to feel that shit. Any good reason to bring anybody else's energy down, that's a poverty mindset in a relationship. We have to really pay attention to that, because a lot of times too, people will have a poverty mindset and they're so good at tweaking and playing with people's emotions and feelings that they'll have the other person feeling like they're at fault, they're the reason why, feeling bad and pouring more of their positive energy into basically a basket full of holes, just wasting it. You see what I'm saying? Understand what I said? Yeah, exactly. So that's what we have to understand. And the best way to build abundant relationships is to think abundant. You have to understand, if you have a relationship in your life that is toxic, is draining you, is based off of a poverty mindset. And I'm not talking about somebody showering you with physical gifts and material things. Somebody can shower you with all the trips, all the money in the world, and they can still have a poverty mindset that every time you are around them, you end up feeling drained. You feel as though you have nothing of substance. Okay? you're still at a lack. You're at emotional lack. If you don't have self-peace and self-love within, you're always going to be at a lack, no matter how much money you have. You can look around in the world, in the media, and see how many people have money and they're at emotional lack and they're so unhappy, right? But anywho, as I was saying, you have to realize what it is that you're doing to attract these type of people, and you have to be aware of it, and you have to make a conscious effort. Set a standard for yourself. Say, I'm tired of lacking emotionally. I'm tired of being at an emotional deficit in these relationships that I put myself into. I'm tired of caring more for somebody else, pouring more into somebody else, caring more about somebody else's feelings than I am my own. Because then that also means that you have a poverty mindset as well. You don't feel as though you are worthy enough, which is why you're pouring more into that person than you are yourself, while you're loving this person, fighting harder for this person, their feelings, than they would ever for you. You're at a poverty mindset. You feel like any little bit that they give you is going to be so good, and that's wrong. You're better than that, beautiful, whoever that's for. You're better than that. You deserve better. And once you know your worth and you raise your standard, you will start attracting better. You will start attracting people who will see that as well. People who are of a true abundant mindset, because they know they're the shit. They don't have to go out their way to prove it with material things. They don't have to mentally beat down somebody or make somebody feel insecure or less than in order to make themselves feel big, in order to make themselves feel good. They shine bright on their own as well, and they'll meet you and they'll want to shine with you in any way that God sees fit. Whether it's a work relationship, business partners, lovers, friends, hell, family. Because you know, family's not always blood. And sometimes the ones that are blood, they're the ones that are set in our life for us to break certain curses. Just saying, y'all, just saying. Your real family is going to be the people that you attract who have the same mindset as you, which should be an abundant mindset. And even if it's not where it needs to be, you're working on it. And you guys build healthy bonds off of that. That's how you build a solid team. That's how you build a real family. It's not always blood. Change your mindset. Look at yourself. Give yourself positive affirmations. Keep telling yourself who you are, who you want to be, who you feel you are, who you know you are on the inside, until you believe that shit. Don't let nobody else tell you any different, because the only person who knows who you truly are is you and God, your creator, source, the divine, whatever you choose to call that motherfucker. Excuse my French, but he's not sensitive like y'all, so shut up. But yeah, have that abundant mindset and be patient. A lot of times too, people are scared to spend time with themselves. They're scared to hear their own thoughts, so they have to be with somebody, and they'll settle for anything. Any attention is better than no attention, and that too is a poverty mindset. So just peep those things, guys. I do it with myself. Sometimes, you don't realize. Sometimes you can, because you're an empath, because you're a giver, you can meet somebody with a poverty mindset who hides it well, and you could pour more into them thinking you're going to get it back. Shit like that happens to me all the time. As soon as I realize, I got to go. I got to go. Every day you're living and you're learning. How you excel, how you become abundant is learning from your mistakes. Stopping yourself when you realize that you're in a relationship that is going to drain you, that is going to put you in a poverty mindset, and knowing when to walk away. No matter how much time you put into that shit, it's never too late to start over. That's how you learn, and that's how you grow, and that's how you become and attract true abundance, which starts from within. Patience is very important, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this good word and this message. I hope that it reaches whoever it needs to reach all around the world. And if you receive something from this message, I ask that you please share it, like it, give me a follow or whatever. Check me out on Etsy, where I have all types of healing crystals, body butters to guide you, to aid you, to help you on your spiritual journey, your self-love journey, and in order to attract that true abundance that we all deserve, because there truly is enough out here for everybody. But you have to believe that it starts from within. Anywho, I love you all and have a wonderful day.